Hey kids, it's Mark Miller here. How you doing? Roy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine, my friend. You doing good?
Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. Way better than before. Let's put it that way. Way better than before. You hear that music in the background, Roy?
I do.
Yeah, it occurs to me that there's an important thing that we miss. We have the ability to change the volume, but we don't have the ability to stop a song.
All right.
So to stop playing. And I was like, oopsie doodle. Let's
We've
go.
got a theme called Silence with lots of empty MP3s, right?
Sure, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Might be the excessive workaround.
So I want to basically copy this, come down here, paste it here. This is going to say stop playing, I guess, stop music, stop theme music, like that. And we're going to say, I guess, change the theme volume to 0. Or no, I think we're just going to say stop theme music. I think, because I think it's a different thing. I think it's a different command. And while we're talking about commands, we can go ahead and let this music play for a little bit. I guess I'm going to create another folder here. And I want to call this sound effects, SFX maybe, or sound effects, like that.
Yep.
And then inside here, I want to create a folder called dungeon. And in here, I want to do create a folder called footsteps, maybe. I don't know if I want to do this too many levels deep. Footsteps. And then here I want to do a paste. And then right here I want to do a command called play sound space. And then I'm going to go big guy footstep, and I'm guessing like 5 here. This is going to the idea is I want to have 5 different footstep sounds, and have it randomly pick one of the 5 using that syntax right there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. So this is going to be a big step. So the idea is the Dungeon Master can come hit this button, boom, 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 like that, and you'll hear a slightly different sound effect for each step. And so that they can choose the pacing when they want the steps to come, right? That sort of thing. So if we're building tension, suspense.
Because rhythm is a very subtle thing that the Dungeon Master will want to influence. It's not, you can't give thousands and thousands of variations on how to space things apart. That would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But if you can give, as you say, different actual sound effects, a sort of smattering of variation, then they can be employed by the Dungeon Master
right.
at sort of relevant points in time.
Right, and one of the things that's interesting about this, there's a cognitive science aspect to this. Right there, kids. It's coming. From outer space. Codebase Alpha. All your Codebase Alphas are ours. Belong to us. Okay, I moved big step here. We'll get a better picture for that sometime in the future there. I just put 1 level in, so from dungeon. So I guess, you know what, arguably this big stuff might even work outside of the dungeon. I'll keep this here, put this over there, but we'll put big step here. That'll be our first sound effect that we'll add. Okay, so we have 2 things we have to do, 2 commands we need to create. Stop theme music and play sound. Those are the 2 we want to build. I'm going to go to this app, shut it down. By the way, I think we got everything working. Let me demonstrate that I think we got everything working. Let's go to suspense. So I'll click on that. You should hear the music change. Let's bring the volume up. I'll click here on normal. Yeah, some take a little longer to fade in because they naturally come in low. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing something now. Let me go to loud.
I definitely hear the volume of music. It is there.
It's weird. I think I hit loud. I hit loud and I'm not hearing it. Why is that? Oh, because I closed down the app. Is that true? Did I just really close down the app? I did. So I'm not going to have any control. Hold on. I can start it up manually real quickly here. Give me a second. Start it up manually. Just, I got a button on my Stream Deck that'll start it up. Okay, now let's try changing the volume on it. There's normal. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So now I'm going to hit suspense. Right now.
Are we in suspense already?
I don't think, I think it didn't work. There you go. That sounds a little more like suspense.
Yeah.
Let me go to loud volume a second. Okay. So we're in suspense. Now if I enter combat, I guess let's initialize player data here so everything's there. We enter combat, we'll switch over to battle. And you should hear a change in the theme. So suspense, you get it, it's kind of like a up, 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 like this song. Let's enter combat. There you go. Now, so that's all working. If we come into the Stream Deck and we click, we're in battle now, right now. If we click that button again, it'll just switch songs, keeping in the same theme. So I just clicked it. Cool. So we don't like a song, we can just skip right past it by hitting the same button again, right? When we finally exit combat, that's some serious, yeah, Codebase Alpha says very cool. When we finally exit combat, we go back to our travel music, which is the one right up there. That's it right there.
Plodding along the road, waiting for our next encounter.
Right.
There we go.
Exactly. So this is when we're in the town, when we're walking, when we're whatever, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the idea behind this. I think this is going to work out really well. From a storytelling standpoint, right, this gives a storyteller something they don't normally have when they're telling a story, right? The ability to thematically change the music based on the elements of the story, right? Now to find the creepy crypt entrance. Right, well, we're going to do that. There's one called Foreboding that we'll create a button for, and another one I think even called Scary. So like, you know, when we want to do those kinds of thematic pieces, right? When you're looking for the crypt entrance, we do the Foreboding music. I think it'll be really, really fun. I think it will. One of the tricks is getting the balance right on the volume here. Let me hit volume low, so we'll kind of come back. How's that low volume for you, Codebase Alpha? Let me know if you're still hearing that. What music is going to play when Zephyr refuses to take you to the strip club? So I don't know if you've been paying attention, following the adventures of the Dragon Humpers team, but we've been trying to get into the strip club for a while, and it's just not happened. It's very low. All right, let's look at this. Let's change that to a 4, maybe. Or wait, let's not. Let's take my desktop and pump it up, because I have a manual control for it as well. How is that? Is that any better? Did you notice any change at all? Codebase Alpha, that's my question for you. And Rory, you might be able to take a peek of it, listen to as well on the other stream. Mute me, I guess, in some way, and then listen to it, and then come back and let us know what you think.
So, I think I'm suffering the same thing I was yesterday, which is that even if I put the volume up to maximum on the my browser, the stream is coming in pretty quiet. So but I think that's my end. I don't think that's because everybody else would have mentioned it if that was the case for them as well.
Let me try it again. I'm going to send a 4 out now instead, and see if that made any difference at all. Any difference, kids? What's my normal sending out? 5. Yeah. Not a huge difference. Let's see if we can send out let's send out a 9 and see what happens when I hit it now. That's a big difference, I think. I feel like that came up pretty loudly.
That's certainly increased.
I'm going to stay at a 4. There's a 4. It seems pretty quiet to me, but I have individual controls for everything. I'm going to crank it up desktop even more. How is that? Let me ask you this. How's that? And check that too, Rory. See what you think.
that's fine coming across Skype. That I would qualify as low, but definitely not silent, so it's not hidden.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna drop it back down. That's super interesting. I feel like we've. Let's go to another theme and let's see, because it could be the song too. I switched over to battle. And background a nice level. All right. We'll play around with that. Okay, so now what do we want to do is we want to add those two pieces. We need stop theme music. So I'm going to go ahead and close down. It's quieter to me. Yeah, I did drop down the main volume for the desktop because I'm afraid that other things might blast your ears out. So I'm kind of looking at that as a, I'm concerned about that. What else? I wanted to check this to make sure that was muted. Oh wait, hold on. That's really weird. This was up and was not muted. I just muted it. But I don't see actually any evidence that it's loaded. Oh yeah, there it is right there. There's a, in the bottom right, there's a clock. I can't quite adjust this. I'm trying to get it so I can grab the scroll bar right down here at the bottom. That's what I wanted to show you right there, right behind me. Look who's here, kids. We're on low right now, right? Yep.
It's a tricky problem because you kind of want to qualify. Well, what do you mean by, when you say low, what should low be appropriate for? Should people be able to be speaking over it and obliterate it?
Yes.
Or should we still be able to hear the low whilst people are talking?
No. Well, I think you need to be able to have a sense that it's there. Something's there when people are talking.
Okay.
And certainly when they're not talking.
What does it mean for medium and loud?
So normal is in there. Well, I think low is when something else is going on and you want to drop the sound so that the other thing can play. So like, for example, when sprinkles comes in, I want to be able to hit the volume low button and then bring it back, for example. I might do that.
That makes sense.
And loud is when the music is taking precedence and nothing else is happening. So
right, so something that interrupts people in what they're doing.
So we're at low now. We're sending over a 4. Normal is a 5. I don't think it's going to sound much different.
Well, it's fair to say that we can definitely hear you over what was a 4.
Yeah. That's when you want obliterating Zephyr. Yeah. Here's very loud. Right there. I have to do some tests. All right. So let me bring it back down to low. All right. So we want to create these pieces right here. So stop theme music is one of the things we want to do. So I'm going to take the running app right here and I'm going to close it down. We're going to go into Solution Explorer. Let's switch back over to the view that doesn't have the chat window on it. Oh, there we go. And Stream Deck commands, here we are. So we need to add 2 here. Let's grab play scene. Oh, nice. This has got code that's similar to what I want to use anyway for the play sound. So let's select that whole thing, duplicate it, call play sound, like that, and call this sound file name. I think I can just hit escape to just do the rest of these. This should be play sound, like this. Am I going to? Yeah, you know what? I've got the code to already pull out the parens. I guess I'm going to do it. So that means I want to change my sound over here. So the difference is like when the hero's running through the code base alpha looking for the keys to his rocket to escape. Yeah. So I'm going to add parens on this guy right here to make it work with the code that's already there. I don't mind doing that because it's the first time I'm doing it. So now we got play sound, big guy footstep, 5. Wait, do I really? Wait. I'm changing my mind on this. And the reason why... And actually, I'm going to change this to SFX. That's what I want to do. And the reason why is because I want Dungeon Masters to be able to add their own special effects to the folder that we're going to be grabbing our sound effects from.
Right.
Which I'm going to share with them as a Dropbox folder. And then I want them to be able to type in something short in the chat room, followed by the name of the file they want to play. Like that.
Okay. That's
what I want to do. So that's the command. SFX, big guy footsteps, 5. Okay. So now what we want to do, we're going to say this is SFX. We're going to not do that match right there. Well, maybe we'll do this with a space. Starts with that with a space. Good. The sound file name, we don't need to add 1 to it because we just done that with the plus the space right there, I think. I think we're good. We don't need that. Good. Bracket start, we do need that. Num sound file string is going to be this substring bracket start plus 1. So it's going to find where the bracket start is, going to go to the number after that and get this. And then we're going to say the sound file name is going to be a sub, this just the first part of that. Then we're going to say, we're going to take out the last character of it, remove last character. And then we're going to try and get that into a number.
Yeah.
Change this to num sound files. I love that this code was already here. We just stumbled onto it. It's very similar to what we needed. And then
it's almost as if somebody had previously written this with you in mind.
Yeah. And then sound file number. Well, we've been using the syntax in a couple places. This idea that if I specify a sound file or even a scene name, we can do the same thing in the scenes as well. If you put this,
I am slightly confused that being primarily a C# guy, you would choose square brackets to allow the passing of a parameter, rather than its usual logic of being an index.
You mean?
Just curious decision.
Wait, are you saying because I'm starting with a number 1 and a not 0-based indexing? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just saying that
Or
if you
that
were
I'm
in
using
C#
square
and
brackets?
you were accessing an array, you'd use square brackets, whereas if you were passing parameters to a method, you use parens.
Oh, I see. Why did I choose this? Well, square
And you've just
brackets.
gone the other way here.
Well, yeah, because parens are about 5 times harder to hit than a square bracket.
Fair enough.
They're up high. Square brackets are off to the right, I guess, in fairness. But the square brackets, you just move your hand to the right and you're there. Moving up is a little bit harder. Got to hold the shift key down to hit them. It messes with everything, holding that shift key down for a little bit when you're entering keys. So
Sure.
that's kind of why I chose that. Cool. Oh, hey, Surly Dev. Surly Dev said something cool. Let me go get my featured chat. Where the heck is featured chat? There it is right there. Boom. Boom. Check out Surly's tip here. Hold down control while drawing with zoom in. So let's try it. We're going to zoom in like this. Hold down control. Oh. That's not bad.
That's nice.
Not bad. I like it. Less likely to strike out what you're highlighting too. I love it. Great tip, Surly. You could have just used space separate the function from the param. No, yeah, I couldn't because I've got other places where I actually am using spaces to do so. So here I needed to do this. This was important to me to do that like that. But I love the syntax. I use it in the spells, right? We use it in the spells. We use it all over this place. It's basically a way to say, hey, here's the essence of what I want, but I've got 5 of them. You pick the one that's going to make sense. I use it when we change players. And you hear like the Fred, you hear different voices for Fred. It's the key is, so here's the key to having automated sounds and play, and effects. You want things to be nothing should stand out. Everything should be kind of similar, but everything should be also kind of different. Okay? If anything stands out, like in a couple places, I say the full name of the character, right? And it stands out. So it's not quite, and if it stands out, it's memorable. if it's memorable, it's defeating the purpose of this, right? Where the elements, the retainability of an element in a presentation should match its importance. So if there's not a lot of importance, it shouldn't be like, hey, look at me, like that.
Yeah.
So for example, some of the automated play-by-play looking for specific kind of situations, and it'll be like, not a lot of damage though, like that. And it is, there's not enough variety for that situation. And so it totally stands out, and it's much longer than just simply saying hit or a miss like that. And so it's really something that I've learned in doing this show. It's something I've learned. It's really, really interesting. If you want to have this automated stuff, it cannot really stand out. It's got to be tight. It's got to be, I don't know, the right volume, that sort of thing. That's kind of where I was going with that. I was going to suggest the same thing you did, then Mark said no. Wait, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to there? That's
talking to
not a good idea.
Suggestion of a space to separate the function from the param.
Yeah. Jetsam said saying the same thing. You can change color by passing. Wait, changing color? What are we talking about?
So this was all zoomers, I think.
Oh, zoom. Let's try that. Hold on. Yeah, no, I think I know that. So like B for blue, control, and there we go. Yeah. I don't like the color choices though very much. Do I have a C for cyan? No. What is it? Indigo. I for indigo.
Indigo, blue, green. I guess pink, yellow, and red.
I'm just getting blue on all of these here. G.
Do you have to hold the letter down whilst you drag?
No, I don't think so. I's not doing anything for me. R. I've got R, G, and B for sure. RGB is working. What's Y? Y is yellow. Okay. P is pink. Okay. Cool. All right. Just putting the letters enough. Yeah. Looks like indigo. I wasn't working for me, which I assume is indigo. Yeah, I's not doing anything. What other keys can I hit here? There's yellow. And what N do? N just said, just got rid of everything. Interesting. Well, that was K maybe. That was K. Yeah, it's not bad. Other modifier keys for tabs, for shapes were tab, shift, and control shift. What? Ooh, not bad. Nice. Control shift. Oh, cool. Boom. I like it. It's not bad. I think it's a really interesting decision to not do anti-aliasing here. It's like, and also alpha would be nice too, an alpha blend. Kind of interesting choices. That's where I would have put more work.
It's an interesting choice as well. I noticed this on a couple of places, and perhaps I'm the outlier in this particular case. But when you draw an arrow there, you're drawing from the place it's pointing at, away from it.
Yeah.
And every time I draw an arrow, computer or otherwise, it's always the other way around. I
know.
always start away and draw towards.
Yeah. No.
Just bugs me.
Yeah, I actually did some really interesting research on how to draw arrows the right way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. And I kind of kept it to myself. But I might be able to get you a screenshot here. Code rush, extract, method, params, param flow.
This goes back a little way, doesn't it?
Yeah, here we go. Here's some examples.
This was a beautiful piece of UI. I loved this.
It was great. All right, here we go. Look at this. So here we go. We're drawing. So here's the deal. We got to connect this word row right here.
Yep.
Control. There we go. With this word right here, the same one. Okay.
Yep.
And Control Z, both of those. Cool. So we know the straight line between the two, but we want to have a curved line, right? Because we want to show that it is, we want it to look more natural. And with the shadow, we can show it where it's not going as well. So the shadow kind of gives us this cool sense of what's happening. and check out what's going on. If you follow with your eyes, the way this is curving, just as it comes in, it's passing through the center of the word rose. Right there. See that? And look at this.
Okay.
As this comes in here, it's passing right through the center of the word rose. That's the key to making this beautiful and making this work. If you look at all of these, look at this grid. Comes right up there through the center, right? Whoops, a little bit lower than that, but that's essentially, you get the sense. And down here, right through the center. You do anything else and it looks wrong, it looks off, but you don't know why.
So you've got a curved arrow that goes from the center of one thing to the center of the other, and then shrink both ends so that neither end overlaps any part of the thing at its end.
It's beautiful. It is actually really beautiful work. And I hated that when we went to Visual Studio, added their own preview window, and we kind of decided to go with theirs. I hated it because this was so much easier. This is so much easier and beautiful, easier to grok, right? Easier to understand what's happening. This is what this is showing you. If it's not clear, is it showing you what your input? If you extract this block of code into its own method, these are the input parameters to that extraction. That's what it's showing you. So I think down here you can see, you see input parameter count. So you'd see a summary. Where's my mouse? Where are you, mouse? Did I hit escape? Maybe that's what I know. That's not it. Here's what I wanted to get to right here. So you get a little summary down at the bottom, parameter and count. Look at this now. I'm thinking, oh, this is too big. And that's too big. But it's not bad. It's not a bad UI.
But it was de-emphasized, so it had a similar not being too domineering.
Yeah. We are. This is not in the short-term queue. Yeah, I loved all that stuff drawing all over CodeRush back in the day. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was really the way to do it. It was disappointing that the host environment said no. We're going to go a completely different direction. That was, from my perspective, harder to grok. Much harder to understand.
A lot harsher on the eyes as well. They're sort of red and green, which I get has symbology sort of associated.
No, it's got problems.
But it is quite harsh.
No, it's got problems because things that are important to see are hard to see. They're not emphasized. They don't have enough visual emphasis, contrast, for example, and things that are not important have more emphasis than they should. It's a classic example of visual noise and weak signal kind of combined together into a single UI. I haven't gone through and worked on it because I've got a ton of other things that in my day than going and redesigning somebody else's UI. But I think if I did it, it would probably take me a couple hours to go through that and fix it.
Didn't you say at one point, and I don't know how serious you were, that you were considering doing a show on critiquing UI sort of in this format like we're doing here? And actually making that into a show,
Yeah.
Here is this product. We could go critique, because the trouble is, of course, you could be quite negative in some places there, and people might not like that.
I'm not worried about that as much. The thing is it's not hard, Rory, to show what's wrong, but it's much harder to sometimes solve it because changing one thing might change something else or have an impact on something else. So it takes much longer to get the fix in. Especially if it's something that's got as many problems as I contend that particular UI does, the preview for the extract method does. It's disappointing. There was some great, beautiful stuff. The other thing that was awesome about this is drawing arrows like this was so flippin' easy in the code. It was like one line of code would give me an arrow from here to here and an arrow from wherever to wherever. So I could show flow, I could show all kinds of things happening if I wanted to, if it was important. So it was very cool. Also get strike through in a single line of code, all as part of the preview. And just by that, calling that line of code, strike through would be up as long as the preview was. And when the preview dropped, strike through would go away. So I can show what parts of the code were going to be deleted, where code was going to be inserted, that sort of thing. So we've talked about this. It's a big effort to change this moving forward. Part of the reason why it's a big effort is because we would want to give you the option to change Visual Studios as well, to essentially get the fix. I'm pretty sure I promise you that we would not do this until after we did the call stack redesign that I spec'd out a couple shows ago. Remember that?
Nice one, actually. I remember the spec for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do,
we just sort of sat there and go, "Hey, that'd be really useful. We should have that."
Yeah. Send me an email on that, Roy, because I got to follow up with the devs on that. I haven't heard back from them on that. I think I want to double check, make sure they're on it. Okay, so SFX is one of our commands. So maybe I should call this the SFX command instead. like that. Special effects command, sound effects. Okay, so we're going to get all the way down here. We're going to grab the sound name. That's what we do in the matches, and we're just going to return true here, because this is all we need to match. Then we want to call Dungeon Master app dot play sound, which I'm going to create right now, like that. Sound file name.
Now, how in line with your previous command do you want to keep this? Because you actually said SFX. You changed your mind from play sound.
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to make any of the.
I want to keep
API.
calling this. No, I want to call this play sound. That's a good thing to point out, but I want to call
Okay.
play sound. I do. I like that better inside here. And you know what? I'm back to over here. Play sound. Okay. Let's do that. Let's switch over to suspense, because I'm feeling like, you know, there's some real suspense going on with the code I'm writing right now. Oh, suspense isn't working because we don't have the thing running. Hold on. I got to go start up. I'm starting up from scratch the Dungeon Master app. I'm now going to hit suspense. Is it going to work now? That's so funny. All I have to do is just get this thing running, and then the buttons work. Now close it down. All right, here we go. Yeah.
So the final question is, in that code again, just right there behind you. You've still got SFX as the play sound command. So it's the code you. Sorry, it's the command you put in your deck.
Yeah.
Your stream deck.
That's what I'm
Is
looking
that
for.
something you're still happy with? Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I want this to be short, so the player can do that. That's what I think. I could do this. I could allow either one to work.
Well, the only reason in my head to consider changing it away from SFX is because you're going to look in your stream deck and you're going to go, aha, that's the command. Then you're going to go searching for the command and think you know where it is, but not maybe find it unless it's the same everywhere. Don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's
That's not my
more
problem.
Diagnostic.
Yeah,
But
no.
I don't think there's necessarily a need to change for any other reason, particularly.
I think we've belabored this enough that we will retain this
Well,
for the
yeah.
rest of our lives. I feel like my last
That's awesome.
dying thought, as I'm gasping for breath, will be, man, I think I spent too much time with Rory talking about the play sound command. That's what I think I'm going to be thinking. Okay.
But you wait until we discuss something else later, and we'll belabor that even more, I'm sure.
We'll see. All right, no, it's good. It's good to do these and discuss these things. It's like Rory is, by the way, the best pair programmer in the world. I'm convinced of that. Speaking of which, I don't know, can you see this
You
right
should come
here?
and speak to some of my colleagues about that. They're not so sure.
Look at this. I'm going to give this some good. My daughter made this when we were sitting down. She was sitting down at my desk yesterday, and she just grabbed some of these little things that they use on cords to keep them tight, and made that. I thought it was kind of cute. It's like a good bit of positivity left behind. All right, so what do I need to do? I need to change this to play sound, like that. So there's my play sound. Let's copy that to clipboard. Let's tap the next reference here on play scene until we get out into the main window. Go find that declaration. Guess I should just drill into it. There it is. Boom. And I'm going to call this play sound. Sound file name, like that. Now, I don't think I need this, but I will do this. Should we tell the DM that we're playing the sound? Maybe, but I think we have a second parameter here where if it's detail, I'm going to say true. So we'll say it for now, but then we'll let the Dungeon Master turn off detail messages if they want to. I'm not dealing with this. I need to send a sound downstairs. Is what I need to do. Hubtastic base station dot. Do I have any play sound? I don't think I have. The closest thing I have is I have something that sends the effect, trigger effect, where I can pass the effect data. I think I can do this. Hold on. New. I'm like calling back to, almost a year ago of code written. I think we created something called a sound effect. Let me scroll up so you can see that. Hold on. Where did we go? What is this curious bit of code? Speak. Oh. I was going to have the ability for people to put speech bubbles up above people's heads, I think is what I was going to do. Kind of a cool idea, but never implemented.
Yeah. That's kind of like the chat room where you sort of emote a thing rather than say it explicitly.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, so new sound effect. I think we can make this work. I don't know. Trigger sound effect, though. Trigger effect is going to go to the... Where's that going? Does that go to the back? Hold on. Trigger effect. Let's go... I feel like a loop. We're hearing one of the songs we heard before already. Trigger effect. Let's go over to our overlays and go to our Dragon back game and look at trigger effect. Pretty sure it's here. Nope, not there. Let's do a search. Wait, let's not do a search. Let's use CodeRush. CodeRush might have something for me. Trigger effect. What you got? It's in Dragon game. And then we get to front game is triggering sound effects. Ugh. So I got all my music in the back game, and my sound effects are coming up here because I was thinking I could reuse this.
Yeah.
The downside is if I don't reuse this is I need to go into, I need to create a new signal R command. With speech bubble things, so players could display Grolix is? I don't know what a Grolix is. What's that? What'd you say? You haven't heard that?
No. Mark, is there any issue with having sounds of one kind play on the back game and different sounds play on the front game, and that you can't have one of them interrupt the other?
No, there's no technical issue. It's just an organizational one.
Okay.
I'm just concerned from an organizational standpoint. Kind of wanted all of that code to be in one place. I was going to one of the things I wanted to play with is weather, and the idea of having like different wind effects that are kind of continuously kind of creating a loop around each other kind of thing a little bit.
Solidev says the Grolix is where a cartoon character swears. It's like all the percentage and asterisk names, things like that.
Sure.
But this show is family friendly. The other show isn't. I'm not sure there's necessarily a need to cover that stuff up, is there?
I was going to allow those to be almost driven by people in the chat room. So the chat room could say what somebody is saying. I don't know, something like that. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, and we were just talking about the arrows and all the thought that went into drawing those arrows.
Yes. Yep.
I had similar ideas as I was thinking about cartoon bubbles, like thought bubbles, right?
Yeah.
How do you create a thought bubble? Thought bubble's tricky to do, right? Because you need to have the bubbles on the outside, but you need to have the text fit in the inside. And how that text best fits across a couple lines wrapped is different because it creates different aspect ratios depending on what words are on there, of the rectangle. So you need to have a way to draw, and you don't want to stretch it because the eyes can tell when you're stretching, right? When you take something and you stretch it out one way and not the other way, the eyes can tell. So you need to be able to create a buyable, in other words, a believable cloud around the outside, and then you need to get that curve of clouds, of shrinking clouds going into the head of the player.
Yeah.
And then even better, you need it animated looking, so it's like going like that. And you need to have it pop out like boom, 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 boom. And here's what they're thinking. Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of angles on that, yeah.
Yeah, there's some angles there. Okay, so I'm still not sure. I think what I want to do is I think reusing...
Genescu 7, where are you? We need your help.
Genescu 7, we need your help. I can't see any code, Genescu 7. Come on. Whoa. I think I almost missed you.
I am.
Beautiful piece of work. I don't know if you've noticed this, right? You noticed that the little yellow spaceship is powered by bubbles? Little bubbles coming out of the back?
I had not seen that.
Yeah, take a look at it next time. The little bubbles effects going out of the back of that. Yeah, Surly Dev says no angles, just curves. True. Number of different angles on that curvy thing you're going to draw. I'm kind of stepping away from reusing trigger effect. And partially, the reason I'm doing it is because I think trigger effect, when we're playing as sound effects, it's going to a particular folder. And I kind of want these DM-based sound effects to be in another folder. So what that means is I'm shutting everything down and I'm going to create a new signal R command is what I'm going to do to communicate with the whole thing. Let's do as much as we can before I shut pieces down. Actually, the music will continue to play. And I think before I shut everything down, I want to dock so I've got all of this stuff that's on screen out of the way here. I might do that now. Hey Frank, how you doing, buddy? I almost typed in the dock command, but I saw Frank is flying his drone around, so I'm like, all right, we'll let him fly for a little bit, unabated. Okay, so play sound command. Let's follow up with play sound. So we've got play sound here. There it is there. Here we are here. I'm going to now call play sound and pass in the sound file name to it. I don't need this or this or this anymore. Or this. And this is just going to be play sound and pass in sound file name. You know what? I'm not going to send it out to the DM. You know why? Because they'll hear it if it plays. And if it doesn't play, they'll know something's wrong. Because the reassurance of text coming back doesn't mean anything if they don't hear it. So
True.
I'm going to do that. Hubtastic Base Station, play sound. Okay, let's go into Hubtastic Base Station. Like this. We'll base it somewhat on this. Play sound. Sound file name.
Frank asks, can we fire with the drones? Are we supposed to attack those spinning things? Actually, those are places from which you can emerge. We have different sort of layouts of levels that we have previously used. Some have got walls and will prevent you from going from point A to point B. But you can say drone and then number the portal from which you emerge. And thus you can come out and collect stuff in one area versus another. We never really made any official rules about how any of these games would sort of function. We just had kind of partial ideas here and there. But it functioned very well.
And then I had the idea to create a show based on Dungeons and Dragons. And then we
never been back to
we stepped away from the code.
Oops.
Oops. All right. I'm just going through user controls, effects list. Okay, so we're cool on trigger effect here. We need to go now down into the overlays right here and do that same search for trigger effect. This, find all the signal R kind of hookup points. And now is when we need to shut things down. So we start shutting things down. You're about to lose control of your drones, I think, kids. I'll try to get it back to you quickly. All right. And now let's see if we can do this. It's locked. Why are we locked? Now I'm not locked anymore. Okay. Play sound. Sound file name. Like that. So there's one of those. Let's go look at my search again. Did I lose my search results? Did you fall asleep on your keyboard, Surly Dev? Everybody's quiet.
Drop.
Right. Maybe you're trying to kill a Code Rush player character? PC? Or my PC, yeah, no, I get it. Okay, so let's see. Trigger effect, play sound. Trigger effect. Okay, come down here. Play sound. Like that. We need the same kind of here. Play sound. That good?
The only thing I'm wondering about is, isn't this the same command that's ultimately going to be used to pick? I suppose by the time it's doing this, it's already selected the specific numeric associated with which sound, and it's calculated the full file name. So that's all you need for the next stage, isn't that?
Yes. Yeah, it's already got the full. Well, it doesn't. It's not adding the MP3 to the end of it. But
Sure,
it's got
but
the full
it's
name.
picked 4 out of 10 or whichever one it's going
Right,
to. So.
it has done that. That's correct. It should be. Yep, if the code's correct, it should. In fact, in fairness, actually, though, the code down here low does that, so I don't really need to do that. I've got a trigger effect here. I don't think I need to worry about that. I don't need to worry about that. That. Item TS, I'm going to say no. Unlikely. Connection, yes. So here's where we kind of need to do the last bit of this here. So this is going to be play sound. That. Let's jump down here to trigger effect. And I think we want to basically, it's going to look not too much different from this. That, and we're going to send it only through the back game, I think, is what we'll do. And now we need to declare this in the back game. In fact, I think we're at this point now. Whoops, that needs to come down there. All right. I think we're at a point where I can, where we can run it, even though I don't have this declared yet. And we can add that after we're done. Let's see if we can start. I think we're gonna have problems because I've got instances of Chrome up and running, and I think we're gonna get an error at the end of this. I like the colors of the labels for Surly Dev and Frank right next to each other, the blue and the kind of amber color. Yeah.
It's a nice contrast.
Oh, we got problems there. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I guess we need to do a full-on build. Okay, let's declare it. All right, so with that declared, let's put it in a decent place. I got a Dragon Back Sounds right there, so I can reference and use that. So now we're going to come in here and say Dragon Back Sounds dot, sorry, this dot Dragon Back Sounds dot play. I think there's a Safe Play MP3, which is my favorite one to use because it has all kinds of checking for errors and issues and things like that, and so that's my favorite, and it also has the ability to play random stuff if I were to pass that into it. Let's try one more time, see if we can run. And if we can't, run, I will close down a bunch of instances of Chrome. In fact, I'm going to get ready to do that right now. Boom. The fingers on the button. Ready to do it. Build succeeded. That's a good sign.
Excellent.
It's starting. Woo! Well, let's not kill every instance of Chrome then. Oh, wait. We may have a problem here. Is it going to load it? No, it got it. Sweet. Mr. Nutsbot's in the house. All right, let's refresh the drones game.
Chrome temporarily avoids its comeuppance.
That's right. It was a button click away. Let's get the drone or the Dragon game overlays to refresh as well. Whoops, I forgot to actually hit the refresh button there. Right here, so I'm just taking these, refreshing each one of these caches. Do the same with the dice. I feel like I hear the music still playing.
Yes. Although
That's from the back game. I haven't refreshed it yet. I'm about to refresh it, so hopefully we'll hear that music stop, because it shouldn't happen automatically. Here comes the back. There we go. Good. It stopped. Good. So theory meets reality, apparently, which, it's always a good place to be. By the way, I didn't say welcome to Genescu7. Welcome, Genescu7. All right, so there, I've got those. Now let's go back. Let's go to the D&D app and run that. So I'm feeling much better than yesterday, by the way. I think I woke up this morning and Karen was like, "How's your tingling?" And I'm like, I didn't feel it. I pushed my lips. It was the weirdest little separate, like if my lips were this big, they'd be tingle, 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 sharp, just spread out instead of before it was like, like that. And it was just like the weirdest little pinprick kind of tinglings this morning. And now it's like, I'm going to say pretty much gone. So good news. Anybody who was worried about me developing scorpion superpowers. Bitten by a scorpion yesterday. I clicked on initialize player data. I think, yeah.
You've got a player. Just the photo.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, there we go. Now it's kicking in. It's just loading things a little bit slowly. Sound effects are coming in. Okay, so there. Good. That's working. We're not hearing all the sound effects because it's still background loading the things, I suspect. That's my problem. Let's try and add 11 health to me. See what happens. I hit the button. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that's proof that it's background loading. You're seeing only a couple frames as it's loading up the pieces. This sometimes happens if I'm streaming while I'm refreshing, so it's just taking longer to get everything in because the CPU's sucking up a little bit more. All right, next. Let's figure out, I actually want to change the overlay that does the playing of the sound.
Okay.
Bringing back sounds. Hear what just happened? All the sound effects are playing. They're catching up, right? So yeah, they're catching up with everything we did. And I just want to drive closer to the edge of the cliff by testing all damage right now and just throwing everything at the system, which I just did. So yeah, you're seeing some dice with no effects on them. Yeah, everything's still loading. This is going to come hit us. The sound effects for this are going to come.
Sound effects are just going to be like an avalanche of sound.
They're going to hit us later when everything catches up. It's going to be crazy because, driving near the end of the cliff, near the edge of the cliff. Okay. So in fact, I think we just heard the close from your test close, which I think must have happened a while ago.
A little while ago.
Sound effects are definitely catching up, taking a backseat to loading.
Brace yourself, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty. All right. But now you know what it's like to drive with me in the car near a cliff. Okay, so play sound and make a couple changes here. I guess I can change this to avoid while I'm at it. I'll come down here, do the same down here because that's clearly not returning anything. I think I want to change the folder that this is in because this is a special kind of deal. So we're defaulting into this folder, Dragon H sound effects.
Yeah.
Let's go grab a, here we go. Let's go look what I've got out here. Okay. I have got this folder called sound effects for Dungeon Masters right here. That's the folder I want to get into right there. Okay. So I'm going to say, take that and I'm going to put this here like this and like that. And I think that's going to work. Then, by the way, Safe Play MP3 is going to add an MP3 to the end of it. Okay, so that's good there. The other thing is I have decided that I'm organizing my sound effects into folders here. So I've got a folder called Footsteps, and I've got a number of footsteps here. Unfortunately, they're all WAV files here. So I'm going to have to change these over to MP3s. The other reason why I wanted to use, let me explain something here. The other reason why I wanted to use the brackets is because I wanted to be able to do that in a file name right there. Let me zoom in on that so it's clear what I'm talking about. Right there, using my new techniques. So I wanted it to essentially, not look like a space at all. So that's kind of what's going on there. I wonder if this thing's smart enough I don't think it is. I made the decision to do MP3s. I'm going to stick with that decision. It makes it harder for the dungeon masters to put WAV files in there because they have to convert them. Hey, what the?
Michael Dolan.
Okay, that was close. Michael John, let's listen to this. If he comes back, though, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Like that. Got the same button on my stream. Big guy footstep. You do? That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, brilliant. All right, so now what I've done is I've opened up. Surly Dev's here. Surly Dev came in quietly. But then we restarted everything and he forgot. So they had to come in quietly again after the restart. I should remind him as well. So now what I want to do...
This cacophony of intros has reminded me that we have not been hit by the sound from all the dice.
Oh, you're totally right. I wonder what's going on there. Hold
I don't know if that's an
on.
issue as such, but...
Oh, yeah. Rory!
That cacophony right there.
That is so awesome. I feel like I'm in a movie. Yeah,
Is that my timing, or was that? Did you just cause that?
No, I didn't cause that at all. I didn't cause that at all. That was awesome. And more sound effects. That's awesome. So that's all the dice leaving. Those are the sound effects of the dice leaving. So, Bald Bearded Builder, if you just got in here, we were talking. We were noticing the system was slow. So I said, let's stress test it and throw all the dice rolls at it, which have a whole bunch of sound effects, and nothing played. And Rory, we were like, oh, this is going to hit us hard later when it comes. And it didn't come.
It's been like 2 or 3 minutes.
It's been 2 or 3 minutes. And then Rory just commented on, we haven't heard that. And then they just came in. It's like we're in a movie. All right, so I got a footstep here. OCD in me says, trim off that beginning piece right there. I want it to play immediately. And now I want to hit Control-Shift-S inside of Adobe Audition. That's going to bring up this dialog right here. I'm just going to tab down twice, hit up arrow to change it to an MP3. What am I calling this thing? Big guy footstep.
Yep.
That's what I'm calling it. And so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to call it big guy footstep 1.mp3. Save. Go back out to here. Take the rest of these. Let's open them up. Looks like we only have 4. And this has got a little bit of sound in front of it. I'm okay. I'll keep it. So we'll get Control-Shift-S again. This is going to be Big Guy Footstep 2. And close it. And let's get over here. And Control-Shift-S, Big Guy Footstep 3. Oops, that was wrong. Control-Shift-S, try again. Got to go down, bring it to MP3. And then this last one right here, Control-Shift-S, Big Guy Footstep 4, MP3. Did I forget one of these? Did one of those I make a wave?
I think
number
the one
2.
that said 2 you might have saved as a 3.
Yeah, that's the one. So we'll go save that and do that. And now I've got my 4 MP3s. Not too bad. I'm going to clean up all the other goo out here like that. And now I've got Big Guy got Footstep 1, 2, 3, and 4. That means this has got to change to a 4. Like that. Okay. Does this mean if I hit this button now, it's going to play? No, I have to refresh because I made a change here to get to this point. But actually, in fairness, that secondary folder, I need to specify it here.
Yeah.
That folder is called Footsteps. So I think what I really need to do is this, called Footsteps / this. Now, let's set breakpoints. So at least verify that things are working in the places we think they're going to be working. Oops, guess who forgot to register his new command? That's me. I'm closing it down, closing down the app here. Play sound command, I forgot to register it. And also, there was a second command I wanted to create, which was called stop playing sound, stop playing music, stop playing theme music. Stop theme music is what I think I called it. So we're going to call this the stop theme music command. Oh, hey, don't hit Grover, no! Not again.
Oh, God.
And this one's going to be much simpler. I guess we're going to have a new Dungeon Master app. Stop theme music. I got to do matches. It's going to be say if message equals stop theme music. We're just going to return that is what we're going to do. So let me just selection increase here. Return that. Okay. And then we're going to call stop theme music. Guess who's got to come in and make more changes here? We got to send another signal R piece down. No, wait. No. We've got to execute sound command is what we've got. And execute, don't we? Set theme volume. No, we're going to do this. It's okay. We've got a general purpose sound command that we can do. Stop theme music. Ooh, it just occurred to me though. We could have used that maybe. Remember that other general purpose one we made? Here, I'll show it to you. Set theme volume. It's a sound command.
Right. Yeah.
All right, we're going to come do this now. Stop theme music. We want it to be public. And it's going to look something like this. Sound command type is equal to stop theme music. Like that. And there's no data. We're just executing the command. We want to grab that, jump inside sound command type, and add it after change theme, like that. Okay, next I want to go to musicplayer.ts in the other solution. Right there. And I want to come in here and make that same change here, stop theme music. Okay, then we want to come in here and get to that right there. If it's stop theme music, then we want a music player dot stop theme music and send nothing to it. Then we want to declare it. So that wasn't too bad.
Yep.
Right, Rory?
That's good.
Not too bad. It's like you were probably all like, "Oh man, Mark's let me down again. We're gonna have to watch him write a bunch more code." And now I'll just do a console log right now, stop the music, and we'll come in here later and fix this. Okay? Okay. So that now means I just have to go understand all the changes I made here. The D&D app, I think we can start up again. I think we can. Did I get everything right here? Nope, I still forgot. I forgot to register. Cancel the bird.
I was going to say you did put the enum on the other side of this equation, as per the comment. Just
no, yeah, I did do that, but I forgot to register. So I've got place scene command. Where's my? Oh, it started up and ran. I thought I hit the cancel build button. Just not in. Shh. What's happening there? Sorry, that was Oscar in the trash can. That's Oscar in the trash can. That was Oscar in the trash can. Did I say Grover? Don't get Grover. Is that what I said?
That might have been me.
Oh, did you do this? How did we get this shh to play? That's what I'm wondering about.
That wasn't me.
And it looks like I disappeared too. Hold on, let me bring me back. Okay, I want to get up here. Play sound command. There it is right there. And stop the music command. So I'll copy that to the clipboard. Move this to its own file. Okay, come back over there. Let's get to the play scene command. Let's tab to next reference on that. Find our way here. Duplicate the line, paste, duplicate the line one more time, and then we're going to change this to play sound command like that. Now we can run. So we play sound and stop the music command. Good. Yeah, so we could have used, instead of going through the signal R, I may back out those changes to create that. What we did, we could just embed it in that new sound command. It was kind of intended for that. We were talking about doing that. All right, it's up and running. Let's see, can I initialize player data? I think I'm gonna have to refresh the overlays if I'm recalling correctly. That's one of my beautiful kids moving stuff around, making a face like that. Okay, what do we got here?
Willie,
that is working, really? All right, let's hide the scroll. Let's click on, let's not do any music yet. Let's go back into sound effects. I'm going to click on big step, and let's see if we get out to it. Play sound command. I want to see what happens if we get in here. Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to hit big step. And it says it was sent. Oh, there we go. There's my breakpoint. Okay. Sound file name is equal to that. So now number string, number sound files is 4. So now our sound number is 3. So now we're looking at big guy foot 3 is what we're looking at right there. Big guy footstep 3. And so that's my sound file name. Then we're going to come in here a little bit later. I think we are. I hit run. There it is right there. So now we're in there to play sound. Step into that code. That's just simply going to jump over here, run over there. Okay. And now we don't have a breakpoint on the low level. And guess who's not hearing any sound? We need to set a breakpoint on the low level, I think. Let's do that. And hold on. I think we're going to need, we're going to need to refresh this guy here to get our breakpoint working. So let's refresh this kid. Right there. Let's initialize player data. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see everything there, so we can see that it's loaded. Let's hit the button again. Let's set a breakpoint over here with play sound. Oh, I think I know. Wait, it's up here is where we put it, right there. So let's see what happens. I almost think it has to do with the file name, but let's see what happens. I'll hit the button. Do we get our breakpoint? We do. Here's the file name, footsteps, big guy footsteps 4. All right, so let's go in. Let's step inside this and see what's going on.
There's no / on the end of that sound effects path. So I wonder, are you going for a sound effects footsteps path with no piece between?
Let's see. Piece file name here. It's checking for the brackets as well. Doesn't see it. Doesn't get it. Now it's taking the sound effects right there. Game dev assets, Dragon H sound
Putting
effects.
a / in right there. That should be fine then.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the spaces. Big guy footsteps 4.mp3. My promised catch is just coming in here. So, oh wait, hold on. The reason we may not be hearing it is because we have to click and interact with it before we can hear the sound. It might be muted as well. Let's unmute the site. Let's try again. Come on, I want to hear this. There it is.
There we go. Code was perfect. Environment was slightly flawed.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Okay.
The human spacing makes very organic.
Yeah. The other thing that's cool is like you hear this, right? And then you're like, it stopped, right?
That's right.
Your brain, I've got the hairs are coming up in the back of my neck. It's a little bit like, oops, it's a little bit like something's coming to get us. All right, that's really good. That feels like that is totally workable, right? Between being able to either have me create custom buttons for them, or for them being able to just simply type in whatever that thing is they want inside there. This is a little bit big, but I'm putting my stuff organized. They can put their stuff just in the root folder there, and all they have to do is just specify that name. As long as it has an MP3 extension on it, I think we're good. Cool. That surprised me that went by so quickly. Let's work on the closing down of the theme music. Let's get some maybe bittersweet music. I just clicked on this button right here. Okay, it's coming up. I want stop theme music to work. I'm going to get to normal because it's really low in my ears. Well, actually, I have individual volume control. If you guys, if that volume is too low, let us know.
If that is your definition of low and you want to be able to talk above it, that's actually not bad, certainly from my perspective.
Oh, you know what? We've got two things going on here. Hold on. Let's go back and mute the site here. We'll mute this baby.
Oh,
Okay. You know, the other thing is when it starts out, I don't know what its initial volume is, but I hit volume low and I think I heard it go up. So we might want to look at that in our music player. Here's our music player right here. What's our initial average volume? Volume is 2. All right, so we want to change that to what we're using now for the low volume, which is 4. It feels high to me, but we're gonna go with that for now. We don't need these two anymore. I'm gonna comment those two out. We're gonna do a little bit of refactoring in here. Active genre, I want to rename this to active theme. That works. Let's see if I got genre anywhere else in here.
See, I definitely call this volume kind of a normal / medium, maybe erring a little higher.
Oh, good. And you've checked it? You're checking that on the stream?
This is purely over Skype. That's interesting. I can do that.
I have individual control. Listen to it on Skype. Listen to it on the stream and tell me if the stream sounds lower or higher or about the same.
My ability to listen to the stream seems somewhat compromised.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that before. Okay. Change theme. New theme. Okay, it looks like genre's nowhere else in there. Okay, stop the music. Stop the music. How are we going to do this? I think what we want to do is we want to say this dot stopping. I've got a static. Yeah, okay. I'll keep it static. I'm okay with the way I'm doing this. This dot stopping is equal to true. Like that. And let's declare that. So I'm going to type in an uppercase V and a Boolean to get a static Boolean declaration right there. There's my stopping. And then when I change the genre, change the theme, I want to set stopping to false. Like that. Okay. Stopping or stopped. I'm wondering about that too. So I'm going to do that there. And let's go look through everywhere we're accessing this music player here. Actually, what I'm really interested in is this. Where's this happening? Okay. So, change active theme. Am I calling this from anywhere? From change theme. Okay, cool. All right. So it's there. I'm cool there. I'm cool here and here. The music players. I'm not cool here. Okay, this is where we're checking what time it is. So if I'm going to create a new one here, this has to be and not music player dot stopping. Like this. Okay, so if we're not stopping, then it's cool to create a new one and play a random song. Let's keep doing that search. Here's another one down here. If this was finished playing, then we switch this equal to next. This music player. Yeah, we need to do this same thing. This or this in parens. Shoot, I gotta add them individually. There and there. And not, whoops, I already had that, the and, not. And we're not stopping. Then we can create a new one. Okay. And then we're back to change active theme. So we've got all of those. The next thing we need to do is we need to set the expiration date for the current music player. So I think it goes like this. If music player dot this music player, then we want to say, hold on, let me scroll up so you can see that code. Music player dot active, I thought there was an active song.
Active theme, but not song, apparently.
Oh, no, wait, it is the, sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, I just don't have the whole thing. Right here. Active song is here. We're going to do this. Music player dot expiration date is equal to PFM, performance now, plus music player. Oh, I can do this. TMP, because I added that yesterday, music player, to my template variables. And it's going to be this dot, Mike Shudo is now following. Thanks for the follow, Mike. Music player dot crossfade time. So we're going to have it fade out starting right now. That's what we want to do. And then I also want to say, hey, music player dot next music player equals null. Is there anything else I need to do? Does it have a song playing? Do I need to check that? Let's actually take this out of here. And let's do this. If I want to have a similar kind of cleanup thing going on in here, next dot, if it's got an active song, then I'm going to say, I think there's just a pause, right? So I'm going to pause the second one. So if that was by chance, if that was fading in, then it's done fading in. We're just going to stop that pretty quickly, right there. And then we're going to set that to null. So coming out of here, we're going to basically we're going to fade out the one that is this one. There's a chance that we're in the middle of a crossfade when we get in here. But if that's the case, oh, should I really? Well, if we're in a crossfade, next player will stop, actually. Maybe I'm not going to worry about this. Fall 1NN is now following. Thanks for that follow. Oh, I'm in conflict about what to do. I think I'm going to keep that, is what I'm going to do. We'll keep that for now. We'll see what happens. So let's go in here. Let's refresh it.
When you issue a command, stop theme music, how sudden do you want it to be?
I want it to fade out. That's what I want to do. But I was, in the rare case we're in the middle of a transition where we're fading one in and fading the other out, I'm like, all right, I'll just pause. I'll just stop this one immediately. But to be honest,
the upcoming one. So what you're going to be stopping is a fading in.
I'm a fading out of the.
And your fading out will still fade out.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So maybe I just throw this at it instead, where I say, hey, well, let's just give it a real premature expiration date, is what I'll do, like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I won't set it to null. But I'm just going to come in there. So basically, I'm just taking the expiration dates on both of these, setting stopping to true here, and setting stopping to false when we manually come to change the theme. Okay? Everybody good with that?
Sounds good.
I think that's going to work. Let's try that. Let's refresh over here. Now the problem is, okay, I'm going to need to take my drag and back overlay here and refresh that on the live stream. I'm going to refresh that now. That cuts out the music on the live stream. And I think I actually have to turn it off. Turn it off so that we don't hear it either. All right, let's go to, let's make sure that we're unmuted. Site is unmuted. Let's hit bittersweet music. What do we hear? I'm hearing nothing.
I'm hearing nothing either.
That's weird. We might have lost something. Let's check. Let's set some breakpoints and see what's going on. We might have lost a connection here. Let's try play sound. Hold on a second. With a breakpoint right here, see if we get it. We do. Okay, let's run it. Do we hear it?
No.
I think what we've lost is the connection between this and Signal R. I think a restart of this is going to help us reconnect that.
Okay.
That's what I think that's my theory. We've done some pretty cool work with regards to the sound effects, though, in these last two, yesterday's show and today, and I guess the day before too.
This has been kind of the week of sound, eh?
Yeah, I have a feeling that the overall quality of the show is going to go way up just with the code we've written in these last couple of days. Okay, let's see what we got now. Let's go over. Why am I not hearing this though? The site is not muted. Oh, I have to click and interact with it, maybe? I'm not hearing this. Oh, there it is. There are the sound effects.
Little cutie.
Okay, there we go.
Fred.
All right, so now let's hit the button for the sound. Bittersweet. Do we hear it?
Audio jungle.
Yes.
Not bad, except I'm hearing audio jungle in whatever song's being played right now. I want
Audio
to
jungle.
hear that. That means it didn't give me the licensed version of it. I want to find out what song that is.
Does your console have any messages telling you that?
No, I don't think so.
Audio jungle.
I don't think I'm seeing which one I'm playing, but I think I can find it. Is
It'll
it
tell you the length of the song, and you can eliminate by that.
Junicus? It's Little Cutie with a C. Oh yeah, this is the second complaint I've gotten about this font. All right, I'm changing it. It's a medieval font. They didn't know how to design fonts back then, guys. Clarity is more important than setting? Is that your argument? Here comes Karen, everybody. Okay, hold on.
Honestly.
Hold on, Karen's coming.
Are
It's
we-
all right. I know what to do. There you go. Jesus. What the? It's a crime being committed. A crime. She's like,
Man requests pain live on stream.
everybody's reacting. Oh my God, that font says Junicus. All right, fine.
Thank you.
I'm changing the font. I'll change the font.
And I did not for nothing, but aren't you Mr. Efficiency and Clarity?
Yeah,
aren't you Mr.
I am, but I made it.
Design?
I wanted to
Aren't
look.
you form? Aren't you function above form?
But authenticity, you see.
Roy says, but authenticity, you see. Mark likes living
Honestly.
dangerously. I do code-based alpha. And Surly Deb says, hi, Scorpion Queen. What's Scorpion Queen? Yeah, everybody knows that you were the one who bit me and put those toxins in my body.
I just want to say I've been bitten by like 3 different scorpions, and I never reacted like this guy reacts.
Yeah.
I'm like, move on with your day. You were bitten by a scorpion. You live in Costa Rica. Mark's like, oh, my tingly teeth.
I did.
Oh,
They were
I can't
tingly.
control my limbs.
Yeah, the vapors.
Oh.
The vapors were getting to me.
He's
Give me
a
the
very
vapors.
delicate soul.
Let's see. Hold on.
No, we
Surly's
did not
asking,
find the scorpion.
Rory, did you hear Mark on stream yesterday when Karen heard him calling me a baby? Oh, yeah.
Wait, did I call Surly Dev a baby?
No. I read what Surly Dev wrote, where Surly Dev said something baby or something, remember? And you said, who you calling baby? And you came right over.
That's right.
Oh, here's the clip right here.
There's a clip, of course there
There's
is.
a clip for everything. Hold on, let's get this up. Take a look at this.
Or maybe
Nice
just
big
stop
baby.
being such a...
Hold on. Do you want to listen? No. I was just reading what Surly Deb said. Yeah. No. Nice, you big baby. It's not loud for me. All right. It's too quiet.
Could really
All right.
do with a stop theme command at this
Stop
point.
theme
Yeah,
music,
I
we're
know.
writing
It's,
it.
it
We're writing
feels
it.
very dramatic.
Yeah, it's still lurking in the boudoir,
Yeah,
I think.
I think
It might
so
be there.
too.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
our
not,
bedroom is a dangerous place.
I will risk it. I've
It's
got
a
most,
dangerous place.
it is.
You'll risk it? Is that what you said?
No, I was like, I will risk getting a second bite in exchange for not having to tear the bedroom apart tonight. I was like, most of the toxins are out of my body. I don't want to go hunting this little guy down.
I just let a cat out in our bedroom to try to hump the,
What?
I mean...
Okay, that's for another show. You need to go now. You need to go, honey. Even without a scorpion. This is awesome. Our bedroom is a dangerous place, narrator. Even without a scorpion. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Did you tell them about the lights you put up in our bedroom?
No. No, I can't really show them to everybody. 'cause
No,
it's
you can't show them. But Mark, it was in charge of doing.
Hey, baby,
What did I do?
your butt. Please, honey, this is a professional show. Okay, there we go.
I'll tweet a picture of our stripper lights in our bedroom.
What? Jeez, this is a family show. Safe for work. You can't say words like that. And they're lights. They don't have clothes. Okay. So anyway, all right, that was like an adventure. This show is dangerous even without a scorpion. Yeah, professional. I call myself as professional in quotes. Yeah, not safe for work, Jim. We're doing our best, Junicas. Make it safe for work. Okay. Do you remember the last thing I said where I was headed, Rory?
I have to say I've been completely derailed. I do not remember.
Okay. I want to. Well, we want to stop the. We want to stop the player. I think is what we're trying to test.
Yes, that's true.
Let's see if I can change the battle music. See if that's working. Battle. I hit battle music. Oh, we got to change theme. Cool. And I run it. So that's working.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's try the stop music command. Maybe it's going to work. Here's the button I'm going to press right here. Let's get the volume loud. And now let's do it now. Stop. That works for me.
That works.
That totally works for me. And now if I hit suspense, clear the breakpoint. It's as if we're geniuses. It's as if we know what we're doing. Wait, did it change quickly or not? Are we good? I think it's okay. Maybe it's the same song. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was going to go find that song that had the audio jungle stuff in it.
That's it, yeah.
That's what I was going to do. I got to go hunt that down. All right.
You know which section it was? Was it suspense or?
Yeah, I don't even remember that, Rory. I think it was in Bittersweet. It was Bittersweet.
Yes, I do recall you were playing those.
Okay, I'm going to call it a show. I know this is normally we don't end this early, but we've done some great things, and we got some great music to send you out with. Let's go see which members of... I'm going to send you to Clarkio. Should I do that? Yeah, send you to Clarkio. Whoa. Hold on a second. C-Sharp Fred's really going right now? That guy rated me the other day. All right, we're going to send you over to C-Sharp Fred's, kids. That guy reads me all the time. We send you over there. Tell Jeff I said hi. Boom, and we'll see you kids tomorrow. Roy, you won't be with us. You'll see us next Tuesday, right?
I'll see you on Tuesday, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Junica says thought he was done. I should have checked. Let's go see. Is he done? This music is so dramatic.
As we dramatically search for someone suitable to send everyone to.
He's totally done. All right, let's figure out a different channel to raid to. Go to Clarkio. Boom. All right, guys. It was fun being with you. We'll see you tomorrow.